Hello friends, I am Lieutenant Vivek Bade, Department of Commerce, PC College Baramati. Today, we are going to discuss about silent features of Companies Act 2013. As we have already discussed in previous lectures that how the new Company Act of 2013 has been came into picture. So today, we will have a look of the silent features of Companies Act 2015 as against the Act of 1956. This presentation is basically for academic purpose only. The slides and the data which is contained in this presentation, it has been taken from the different sources and the same has been cited. So today we are going to discuss about the silent features of Companies Act 2013. In this Companies Act 2013, the act was first put in Lok Sabha on 23rd of October 2008. After that, the bill was again reintroduced on 3rd August 2009. Then, it has been tabled in Lok Sabha against on 31st of August 2010. Afterwards, Company Bill passed in Lok Sabha on 18th August 2012 and finally passed by Rajya Sabha on 8th August 2013. But Honorable President, they have given assent to the Company Act of 2013 on 13th August 2013. From onward, the Company Act of 2013 is applicable to the whole of India. Now to talk about the features of Companies Act 2013, the first feature is issue of shares at discount rate is prohibited. It means that when the company is issuing shares to the public or to the shareholders, at that time company may issue the shares at discount, at premium or at par. So in 2013's Companies Act, company has prohibited the companies to issue the shares at a discount rate. Second is sweat equity shares can be issued at a discount. Now here the question comes, what is mean by sweat equity shares? Sweat equity shares means these are the shares when company wish to issue the shares, then at that time company issue the shares to the shareholders as well as to the public. But here sweat equity shares means these are the shares which are given by company to their employees as against their contribution to the company. It means that always employees are saying that we are doing so much for the company and company is earning huge profit. So as against the profit, company is not giving anything to us. So here companies are giving them an option to their employees that as they are the partners of company, they are being considered as partners of company. So for that purpose, sweat equity shares being an one kind of remuneration to the employees can be issued and such shares can be issued at a discount rate. Next is prohibition of receiving deposit from the public. In 2013's Act, company cannot able to take deposit from the public because it has been totally prohibited. In the Act of 1956, company may have an option to accept the deposit from the public. Next is deposits issued from members repay within 1 year. It means that when a company is in need of funds or money, at that time company may accept the deposit from its members. Members means shareholders or any other person. So now in the Act of 2013, it has mentioned that suppose if the company has accepted the deposit from the members, it has to be paid within 1 year. Next point is rotation of auditor is compulsory. As you know, every year the auditor is appointed by the company in their annual general meeting. But in 2013's Act, they are saying that auditor has to be changed every year. So that it means that rotation of auditor is to be compulsory. It means that no single auditor can continue to audit a company continuously from 1 year to another year. So every time there should be a rotation. Next is Provisions relates to certain services provided by auditor to company highly restrictive. Previously, auditors they are giving different services to the companies. Like auditors, they were giving a facility of accounting as well as other facilities regarding tax compliances and all. But now in 2013's Act, it has been totally restricted that no any auditor company they shall provide any sort of services to the company for which they are making an audit. Next is auditor shall attend annual general meeting compulsorily. As you know, in the Act of 1956, the auditor he may or may not attend the annual general meeting. But in 2000 Companies Act of 2013, it has made compulsory for the auditor of a company to attend the annual general meeting compulsorily. And next is the most important feature of Companies Act of 2013 is women directors mandatory. It means that whenever company is being getting established, there were the number of board of directors. But in previous act, there was no provision regarding women directors. As you know, in companies, women are also working, and sometimes there might be unwanted things are happening with the women. So to safeguard the women and to give them a protection, Company Act of 2013, they have created one provision in the Act of 2013 that every company they should be having one woman independent director in their company, and it is compulsory. If the company is being established with any of the previous act or any other act, then also from 2013 onwards, they have to make changes in their board of directors and they should appoint one woman director compulsorily in their board of directors. Next point is maximum number of directors in a company, it should be 12. For increase, specified resolution is required. It means that suppose if there is a company, in that company, how many number of directors should be there? So 2013 has made a restriction for the companies that suppose in your company's board of directors, the number of directors should be only 12. And suppose if you want to increase the number of directors in your company, then in your meeting you have to pass a special resolution. Special resolution means it is a resolution which is being put in front of the whole meeting, and for that proposal there should be more than 3/4 of the votings in favor of the proposal. Then and then only this proposal will be considered as a special resolution. Next is directorship of individual should be maximum 20 companies, out of which maximum 10 public companies can be possible. If that one person can be a director in so many companies. So here 2013 has put a restriction on the persons that they should be director in maximum 20 companies, out of which there should be maximum 10 public companies. It means one person cannot be a director in maximum 10 public companies, and in case of other companies, the both public company as well as private company, it cannot be exceed 20. It means one person can be a director in maximum 20 companies, and out of which in public company maximum 10 is the restriction for directorship in a company. Next point is companies having net worth of rupees 500 crores or more, or turnover of rupees 1000 crores or more, or net profit of 5 crores or more, required to spend at least 2% of its average net profit during the last 3 preceding financial years. Reason for not meeting the obligation shall be disclosed in director's report. It means that this is a wonderful feature that has been brought up by the new Act of 2013 regarding the companies, those who are having net worth. Net worth means their total asset, if the company's total asset is more than 500 crores, or the company's total sales, it should be 1000 crores or more, or the net profit of the company 500 crores or more. If the company is falling in these categories, then such companies have to spend at least 2% of their average net profit of the last 3 financial years for the purpose of corporate social responsibility. It means that the companies, those who are earning the net profit more than 500 crores, they have to spend compulsorily 2% of their average net profit of last 3 years for the purpose of corporate social responsibility. And whatever the reasons which are mentioned in the CSR policy, which is prescribed by the Companies Act of 2013, companies can spend only and only money on those activities which are specified in section 135 of the Companies Act of 2013. Suppose in a particular year, company fails to do such obligation, then in that case, it has to be disclosed in the annual general report of the company regarding why company has not created the corporate social responsibility reserve and why they have not been spent that money on the corporate social responsibility. Now, whatever the changes or the silent feature that we have seen in this particular slide, now the same explanation I would like to give in Marathi, because in our classroom there are Marathi students also, and for them I am continuing this video in Marathi also, because others, those who are non-Marathi or non-English, they can also combine the both the languages and they can easily understand the silent features of Companies Act 2013. 1956 साली सगळ्यात पहिल्यांदा जो कंपनी कायदा अस्तित्वात आला, त्यानंतर आतापर्यंत म्हणजे जवळजवळ 56 ते 60 वर्ष झाली असतील. त्या वर्षांमध्ये या कंपनी कायद्यामध्ये अनेक सुधारणा झाल्या. अनेक वर्षांपासून नवीन किंवा सुधारित कंपनी कायदा हा तयार करण्यात यावा अशा प्रकारच्या सूचना करण्यात आल्या आणि त्याचाच परिणाम म्हणजे 2013 साली नवीन कंपनी कायदा अस्तित्वात आला, ज्यामध्ये अकाउंटिंग स्टँडर्ड व भागधारकांच्या हक्कामध्ये मोठ्या प्रमाणात बदल केले गेले. नवीन कायद्यामध्ये ज्या कंपन्यांचे भांडवल 500 कोटी व त्यापेक्षा जास्त आहे अशा कंपन्यांना त्यांच्या मागील 3 वर्षाच्या निव्वळ नफ्याच्या 2% रक्कम ही त्या सदर कंपनीने सामाजिक सुधारणांवरती खर्च केली पाहिजे अशा प्रकारचे बंधन घालण्यात आले.